That part, L.O.T.S Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Welcome, my good people. Welcome, my good people, my good citizens of planet Earth. This is episode number 74. Don't be alarmed. Well on our way to episode 100. All right. Like I tell you guys, make sure you guys are turning on your notifications. All right. Turn your notifications on. Please turn your notifications on. We go on at any time. Today we went on a little bit later. We might go on earlier. We might go later. Things change, right? Things are subject to change in life. So make sure you guys are turning on your notification bells, okay? You guys do me a favor, as soon as you come in the building, hit that like button. Leave a comment in the comment section, all right? Leave a comment in the comment section. That's your fingerprint. That's what we call leaving a fingerprint. Let us know you're in the building. I don't care if we got one person in the building. I don't care if we got 1,000 people in the building. I need you guys to make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. Let me see who we got in the building right now. Planet, goddammit. It's my partner in crime, my eyes behind my head. I see you, Planet. All right. That part, very eventful week, you guys. Very eventful week, as usual. All right. Now let's get to it. Let's cut this intro off right quick. Amazing intro. All right, you guys. I am the incomparable, the art, the imitator, but cannot be duplicated. The one they took their style from. The one that keeps creating what these other podcasters, curators, personalities keep taking. All right. I keep developing what they keep taking, nonetheless. All right. I am public enemy number one, top op. I'm the top op. This is powered by L.O.T.S approved media, and I want to welcome everybody to the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Once again, this is episode number 74. All right. Now, you guys, very eventful weekend. We coming off of the heels of the Super Bowl. Now, you know we're gonna speak about the Super Bowl, you guys. Very amazing. This Super Bowl, I think it was not even. I know it was the most watched event in America since the moon landing. Now that's very, very big to say. All right. Shout out to Planet, goddammit. Hold up, champ. We got another comment here. We live, that part. Planet, do me a favor. Make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. We on late today. All right. Nonetheless, make sure I'm sharing things on my end. You guys, make sure you guys are not ninja watchers. All right. Make sure you guys are being active. All right. Hit that like button. All right, don't be a ninja watcher, don't be no pocket watcher, and please definitely don't be a peeping Tom. If y'all don't know what they do to peeping Tom, just stay out of jail, and you'll never find out what they do to peeping Toms. All right, that part. Let me make sure I'm sharing this podcast also. Let's make sure we just all participate in this joint. All right, that part. Now, you guys, we want to speak about this. Let's start off with the Super Bowl. All right, once again, that was the most viewed Super Bowl. All right, in American history, not just Super Bowl, the most viewed anything that program show that came on television since the moon landing. Let's make this clear. All right. Now, with that being said, one would speculate what made that such an amazing event to watch other than our typical Super Bowl. All right. We have to add in a few factors now. There's a few factors that we have to take in. Obviously, it was a star-studded event. Shout out to everybody that was in attendance at the Super Bowl. You know how they got them expensive suites up there. We know Kanye West is definitely in the building. The infamous Kanye West is there. Definitely Taylor Swift. Now, when I'm alluding to Taylor Swift she's been a super impact on the NFL. Taylor Swift is now synonymous with the NFL. Her name, Taylor Swift, is synonymous with the NFL. All right. Taylor Swift brings a lot of attention to the NFL. And I believe that's what contributed to the views that we were seeing, right? Like I said, this is the most views that the NFL or any program that's been on television at all. This is the most views that they've ever had. All right. So with that being said, shout out to Taylor Swift. Now, if you guys seen, Taylor Swift was upstairs. She was up there with Ice Spice. You seen Ice Spice in attendance with Taylor Swift. which I never knew that Taylor Swift and Ice Spice even had a friendship or any type of relationship, right? Now we know in the industry it doesn't take a lot for people to form these type of bonds. A lot of this is social ascension, social climbers, right? I don't know what made them develop this friendship, or it's just they have that mutual interest just because they're both celebrities. But nonetheless, it was eventful. All right. Let's just speak about it. Taylor Swift with this relationship with this NFL player from the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the most publicized relationship in the NFL. All right. Taylor Swift is responsible for a rise in revenue. People in attendance watching the NFL games, as well as jerseys and merchandising. She's solely responsible for that. Shout out to Taylor Swift nonetheless, once again. Now, I see Shaq. Shaq was around Ice Spice. Now, I want to give a shout out to Shaq. Please don't shoot the message up. But Shaq is on the prowl right now. Shaquille O'Neal is on the prowl right now. All right? We've seen Shaquille O'Neal shoot his shot at plenty at this point. And it's safe to say that Shaquille O'Neal was shooting his shot at Ice Spice. Yeah, I think it's safe to say. Now, I know Shaq is probably going to try to downplay it. But definitely, you seen Shaq with his arm around Ice Spice. All right? Now, you guys know Shaq's stature. Shaq is, what is this, 7'1"? Shaq, I believe, is 7'1". Definitely 7'1", I believe, or 6'11", or 7'1". But nonetheless, to see him standing next to Ice Spice, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to perceive that, to see that. But nonetheless, Shaq seemingly likes shorter women. I haven't seen Shaq with a tall woman, right? Shaq seems like he has no problem with being with short women. Shout out to Steve Marcellus in the building. I see you, brother. Let's go. We in the building. That part, homie. Do me a favor, Steve. Go ahead and share this podcast. Right now, we're just speaking about Shaq. We're speaking about Shaq reaching. Shaquille O'Neal reaching. Shaquille O'Neal has been known to go on social network and try to mac. And I think Shaq, I'm not going to say it's dirty macking. I'm not going to call it dirty macking. But Shaq definitely was trying to get at Ice Spice, all right? Yeah, Shaq is a shooter, definitely. Shaq is a marksman. Don't shoot the messenger. Shaq is definitely a marksman. Like I said, you seen Shaq when he made that attempt to holler at that, what it was, the Home Depot worker. All right? And he's making his attempts, man. I see nobody spoke about the difference in ages, because you know there's controversy there with the difference in ages. Shaq being the DM, Shaq attack, that part. Nah, Shaq definitely be in those DMs. I'm curious to see all the women to line up, and all admit to Shaq getting at them. But I don't know if Shaq is sniping anything. Shaq is definitely out there. He's shooting his shot, but I don't know how successful Shaq is gonna be, because I don't know if Ice Spice was even interested in Shaq. But to Shaq's defense, Ice Spice was smiling heavy next to Shaq. She looked very comfortable with Shaq with his arm around her. I give Shaq that. I'll give Shaq that. You know what I mean? And nonetheless, you guys seen Shaq. He shot a shot in which Shaq said that he said Ice Spice is fine as hell. All right, and I think we all can agree with that. All right? Shaq had hoops, fine ass. That's a fact, though. Steve. Steven, that's a fact, though. He definitely had hoops, all right? And hoops is probably no taller than, 5 foot, 5'1" at the most. He definitely had hoops. So Shaq has a type. I think Shaq, it's safe to say Shaq likes short women. We call it vertically challenged. Yeah, Shaq likes short women. I think it's safe to say that, right? But he definitely shot a shot. I'm interested. I want to know, are these women, are they receptive to him? Are they reciprocating it? Are they interested in Shaq? I want to know that. Because I'm thinking like Shaq, the amount of money that Shaq has, the amount of notoriety that Shaq has, how many women are actually going to turn Shaq down? You know what I mean? Curious to know. But like I said, the NFL, the whole Super Bowl was an eventful, very, very eventful. At one point, somebody went out to say that Kanye West got kicked out of the Super Bowl. Basically that I guess he was sitting in front of Taylor Swift, and Taylor Swift asked that that Kanye West be removed. All right, we came to find out, we did our research, and that was not the case. Okay, that was not the case at all. Apparently that he went to go to somebody else's suite. So I think they say he was with YG. So YG, I guess he had a suite, a private suite in which that he offered the man to come. All right, so you guys don't believe that out there. Taylor Swift did not get Mr. Kanye West ejected. Not Mr. Kanye West's #1 album in the country, Kanye West. All right, not Mr. Kanye selling $20 million worth of merch and album sales in one day. All right, not that Kanye West. All right, what's going on, Planet? Either she big gutted or he's small balling. That part. Shaq small balling. Shaq might be small balling. He going for all these small chicks. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Either she big gutted or he's small balling. Now I feel you on that. Definitely, man. I don't know what it I said. Kanye West was in attendance. Now, we got to give Kanye West a lot of credit. All right. I know you guys was able to see Kanye West's commercial that he had for the Super Bowl that took place. Kanye shot a very low budget commercial. If there was a budget at all, I might be exaggerating when I be even using the word budget, because I don't think there was a budget involved, right? Nonetheless, genius rollout. Kanye West did a commercial, the halftime commercial. You guys know, let's be clear, the halftime commercials in the NFL, that was a $7 million slot. All right? I think they were showing that on the internet, right? They showed us the price in the last few slots that they had for the NFL commercials that were available. Commercial slots. That was a $7 million slot. Kanye West sees that. So, for anybody that's thinking that Kanye West is broke, apparently that is a big misconception. Mr. West definitely, he's guapped up. Let's just be clear. For Kanye West to be able to get a $7 million commercial going, you know he's still a top earner. All right. Big shout out to Kanye West nonetheless. The commercial, he was in the back. It seemed like he was in the back of an Uber in a sense, right? But he probably wasn't an Uber. Maybe it was his vehicle, rented vehicle, owned vehicle, what have you. But nonetheless, you see Kanye West in the back of this vehicle. He seemed so genuine. The strategy was super plotted. The strategy was amazing. It's a genius strategy. But he looked so genuine in this commercial. That's what it struck a chord with me. Which you seeing that Kanye West is like, he even paused towards the end of the commercial, like as if like he was just trying to search for what's the next thing he's gonna say. He was like to the point, like as if he was freestyling the commercial. Big shout out to Kanye West. This man's a genius, bro. He's a genius, man. And one great thing about being a genius is taking something that's complicated and simplifying it. That is the biggest quality of being a genius. When you're a genius, you're able to take something that is complex, very complex, and simplify it for us so we can digest it, right? So we could digest these things. And I think Kanye West is excellent at that. Now, Kanye West sold over $20 million of merch in one day. So they're saying at this point that Kanye West has canceled cancel culture. They're saying Kanye West has canceled cancel culture. All right. And I think that's what we're witnessing right now. We might be seeing the turnaround of Kanye West at this point. We might be actually witnessing the turnaround of Kanye West after all the anti-Semitic remarks, after all the resistance that he was met by, after all the ridicule, after being targeted, after all the money that was taken from him. Basically tried to rip the rug from under Kanye. It looks like Kanye might see the light of day. All right. Shout out to Kanye West. Shout out to Kanye West with this new project. Amazing project. Like I said, it was #1 in the country. All right. And I noticed that a lot of people are dropping projects in the midst of Kanye. Maybe like 3 or 4 days after the project dropped. You see Drake just dropped a video. I'm seeing a lot of people trying to take advantage of this moment right now that Kanye dropped. First of all, Kanye dropped in the first quarter. All right, the first quarter is not that easy. but Kanye West dropped it in the first quarter. But now you see there's other people that are following behind him trying to drop projects behind Kanye West. And sometimes I'm thinking that maybe they're trying to hinder his potential of what he can do, because he's projected to sell 140,000 units first week. Or I think he's done reached that. Kanye West is projected to sell 140,000 units his first week. Now let's make this clear. Don't shoot the messenger. This is an independent project. Kanye West is not signed to no label. It's independent. So I don't think people are really taking into full consideration what they're witnessing right now. This is a man that has been totally blackballed, all right, canceled by the industry. And he's seeing the light of day at this point. He's independent, 140,000 units. This is unprecedented in hip hop, all right? I don't think there's a hip hop artist that's went independent and sold over 100,000 units at this point. I don't think, though. If anybody could to correct me, but I don't think so. I think Kanye West is the first of his kind to do this. All right. Kanye West is selling. He definitely has the merch. You see Kanye West with the wet shirt. All right. So Kanye West is selling this shirt that the women are wearing. Ladies, I want to see all the ladies for the summer wearing this. Yeah, I have a special request for all the ladies for this summer. I need y'all to be wearing this wet shirt that Kanye West has designed. All right. It's available for purchase on Yeezy.com. You guys go get it. This shirt is a transparent shirt. The shirt is revealing. You can see nipples in the shirt. All right. Shout out to Kanye West, man, because he did that for us as men. Shout out to Kanye West. And I want to see all the women wearing this. It's called Wet. The shirt says W-E-T, says wet across the front. All right. Big up to Kanye West, nonetheless. Kanye West with the socks. You know, we got the shoe socks, and they flying out the shelf. And at first, they were priced at $200. Kanye West actually reduced that price to $20. I don't think people are aware of what's going on. A lot of us people that support Kanye West, we're aware, but I don't think the general public is really aware of what's going on with Kanye West. He's changing a lot of things in the industry. All right, he's setting a new precedence. He's setting the new standard. Kanye West is the new standard in the industry of fashion. All right, to take an item that was once priced at $200 and to reduce that price to $20, that is crazy. For a man of his caliber, all right, for a man of his caliber and the quality of his products, Kanye West's products are quality, all right? For the impact that this man has had on the industry, he's well worth more than $20. For Kanye to make a conscious effort to reduce the price of these new how'd you call them, shoes? I don't even know what's the term you would call them, shoes or whatever. For Kanye West to be reducing the price to $20, he needs his flowers. Kanye West needs his flowers, all right? And I'm pretty sure, most people give you flowers when you pass away. But I'm here to tell you guys, Kanye West is setting a new precedence, all right? Kanye West is just different. To take an item, once again, from $200 and drop it down to $20, that's amazing, all right? That's amazing. Kanye West has proven at this point that he's not selfish. Kanye West did one of the most selfless things when he jeopardized his relationship with Adidas. All right? Kanye West did one of the most selfless things when he dropped those shoes from $200 to $20. That's the epitome of selfless. Kanye West is making a sacrifice, a major sacrifice. All right? So nonetheless, big shout out to Kanye West. Big shout out to Kanye West. And Kanye West, once again, he was in attendance at the Super Bowl. So once again, you guys, this is an amazing Super Bowl. I'm going to reiterate this. This is the most watched Super Bowl. This is the most watched program on TV in the United States ever since the moon landing. All right? Now, let me see how many people they said there were. There was a lot of people at this event, all right? Okay, so just to give you a ballpark figure of how many people were watching, they were watching this NFL like we was watching the Super Bowl, all right? It was over 123.4 million people 123.4 million people. You can just imagine. It's kind of hard to fathom, but that many people watching in attendance watching this event. Now let's see. Let's break down why these people watching this event. First of all, we gotta speak about the elephant in the room. All right, we're gonna talk about your boy Usher. Please don't shoot the messenger. Because this is the Super Bowl roundup right here. All right? We're just talking about the performance. Now, the biggest deal, the elephant in the room, let's talk about Usher. You guys, make sure you guys are hitting that like button when you come in the building. Don't be a ninja watcher. That's a person that be creeping and watching. Don't be no pocket watcher, because that's just a hater. Nobody likes a pocket watcher. You definitely don't want to be a peeping Tom. If y'all don't know what they do to peeping Tom, stay out of jail and you won't find out what they do to peeping Toms. Do me a favor, hit that like button, all right? We call that wiping your feet on the rug. Same way you do at your grandparents' house. Show that you have respect. Show that you have manners. Show me that you was raised right. Don't embarrass your parents. Hit that like button while you're in the building. I don't care if we got 4 people in the building. I don't care if we have 1,000 people in the building. All right? Now, with that being said, speaking about your boy Usher. Now, Usher is back at it again. And I'm telling you guys, me, myself, if I go to an Usher concert, I would not let my girl. Usher could never call any woman that I'm with. I'm single right now, but Usher could never call any woman that I'm with to the stage. I don't know about y'all niggas out there, but I would never let a woman, I would never give her permission. I would never condone a woman leaving my side to go to Usher only to be serenaded by Usher disrespectful ass, all right? Usher's disrespectful. Now check this out. All right, you guys, I don't know if you guys had a chance to see, okay, we all saw the halftime show, right? First of all, when I was seeing the show, I already knew what to expect. I knew that Usher was going to cross that line. Usher Raymond, he's habitual. He's a habitual offender. He's a habitual violator of crossing that line between a man and his woman. All right? Your wife, your girlfriend, whatever type of capacity you're in, Usher will cross that line. Usher will cross that line, like I said. And typically what happened, it happened again, all right? So during the halftime show, you guys see it. It's all over the internet right now. You seen what Usher was singing with Alicia Keys. This is an Usher halftime show. First of all, before we even go, let's give Usher his props. Before I even go into that, let me tell you something. Usher gave an amazing performance. Let's just be clear. Besides that, we'll speak about all the things that he did, all the violations that he committed. Usher did an amazing job at that Super Bowl. Amazing job. The performance. I've never seen somebody perform so long at the Super Bowl. Every performance that I've seen, I feel like Usher gave the best performance at the Super Bowl. All right? And the numbers do reflect that. Because just by my observation, just off of my own judgment, when I'm looking at Usher perform, like, damn, this is probably the best performance I've ever seen. All right? And I think a lot of people were sleeping on Usher, or maybe we forgot about Usher. You know, we all big Usher fans. Let's make this clear. All right? But I think a lot of us have kind of, we're not so enthusiastic about Usher, which happens. But at that Super Bowl, Usher reminded us of how talented he is. At that Super Bowl, Usher reminded us of how important he is to music, just the music industry and us as people and our experience. Usher is very important to the industry, and he proved that, all right? Now, Usher's performance, once again, his performance is immaculate. Usher's performance at the Super Bowl was immaculate. Immaculate. It's immaculate, but you might say immaculate, okay? The dancing. Usher's one of the best dancers. I know we had, since the inception of Chris Brown, we kind of like Chris Brown. For some reason, Chris Brown kind of like replaced Usher in our lives. But I wouldn't even compare Chris Brown's catalog to Usher's catalog. They're two superb great artists, but right now let's focus strictly on Usher. So his performance was amazing that night. All right. You see he had a couple people in attendance. Alicia Keys was on stage with Usher. Jermaine Dupri was on stage with Usher. Now you guys know Jermaine Dupri is super responsible for Usher's success. A lot of people don't know Jermaine Dupri wrote a lot of that music. Jermaine Dupri is one of the best producers in the industry, hands down. All right, and he helped write, if not wrote all that music for Usher. All right, shout out to Jermaine Dupri. We seen Little John in attendance. That right there was it was nostalgic. I got a nostalgic feeling out of that, seeing Little John. And I like the way Little John, he's looked at like he still was keeping up with himself. Because we don't see Little John too much. We don't get a chance to see Little John too much. But Little John, I can say he's keeping up with himself. Little John's keeping up himself. And I was proud to see Little John do his thing. And he looked like he didn't lose a step. All right. And the way the women was, I don't know if that was choreographed like that. I don't know if it was natural. But the crowd seemed like they were super enthusiastic, super excited, and singing word for word with Little John. And I didn't know Little John still had that impact on the world. All right. So apparently he does, man. Shout out to Little John. Shout out to Jermaine Dupri. A lot of people were making fun of Jermaine Dupri's outfit. Please don't shoot a messenger. But Jermaine Dupri was wearing some white socks. He's wearing like them white girl school socks. You know what I mean? There was some, later on, we found out those are Louis Vuitton socks because they had like a little pouch on the side. But nonetheless, big shout out to Jermaine Dupri. But they was making fun of Jermaine Dupri's outfit. All right? But back on Usher, back to Mr. Usher. All right? Amazing job. Amazing halftime performance by Usher. Amazing. All right? Now let's speak about the elephant in the room because we gave him his accolades. The whole Alicia Keys thing. Now, Usher at first, when he sang on Alicia Keys, he was super comfortable with Alicia Keys. Let's make that clear. Usher was super comfortable. And we all was sitting on the edge of our seats because we're waiting for him to violate. He's known to violate. So now we just in anticipation of when he's going to do it. All right? So everybody was in suspense. And next thing you know, bow, it happens. At one point, you guys see that Usher was behind Alicia Keys. All right, so first Usher was behind Alicia Keys, and you see he take a couple glances. You know how we as men do. We glance at it a couple times. He did that little devious glance at it. He glanced at it. And then next thing you know, you found Usher behind Alicia Keys, right? He got behind her. Now, I'm waiting for Usher to put that dick on her. Like, I thought he was going to get behind her and get up on her. That's what I was waiting for, but I couldn't really see from my angle. I'm watching from the front, so I couldn't really see it. But one thing I did notice that he put the one arm around her. All right? So I thought he was going to just keep it with the one arm around her. We might chalk that up to, okay, it's part of the performance. Because mind you, they're performers. So there has to be some type of display of intimacy there. Mind you, they're singing R&B love songs. So he has to display some type of intimacy there, right? But when that one arm went around, and then I seen the next arm come around her, the way Usher was holding her with both arms, and I think his hands was kind of like near the bottom, like the her groin and her upper thigh. You see like that area with the hands? That's when it was too much. That's when I noticed. I said, hold up. Usher, that's the violation right there. We caught the violation. All right, Usher had Alicia Keys with both hands behind her. Now, a lot of people were saying that Alicia Keys was uncomfortable. I didn't notice it that much. Even to the point somebody said that Alicia Keys kind of pushed Usher off. I never noticed that, right? I got to watch it again. Because I'm pretty sure it happened, because a lot of people said that it happened. But I didn't notice that at first, right? But nonetheless, the way Usher was on Alicia Keys, the way she was smiling, you would think that Swiss Beats would have been mad. You would have thought that Swiss Beats would have been pissed off about that, right? But when Swiss Beats made a response about this, Swiss Beats eventually responded about it. And, we was thinking that Swiss Beats would be pissed off. We was mad for Swiss Beats. But Swiss Beats was not mad at all. Swiss Beats was not mad at all. I was confused. Swiss Beats had me scratching my head. And I don't know if I don't know what to speak about Swiss Beats right now. I'm confused in my opinion of Swiss Beats. All right? Swiss Beats said he responded in which he said you guys are watching the wrong thing. All right. He was talking about how amazing. He went to speak about how amazing the performance was. And I guess that was his main objective. He's trying to say that's that was the primary thing that people need to be concerned with, not necessarily what he was doing with his wife. All right. Now, we as men, I know all of us was kind of like left scratching our head, like why Swiss Beats didn't snap on Usher. We thinking Swiss Beats gonna snap on Usher, in which he never snapped on Usher. If anything, he's condoning it. Now, this leaves one to speculate now. I started speculating. Why is Swiss Beats, First of all, when I'm hearing about Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys, I'm hearing a lot of things, right? Now, you talking about Hollywood right now. You talking about celebrities. So it makes me question things. I start thinking about, is Swiss Beats, is he kind of like Diddy? Don't shoot the messenger. Is Swiss Beats kind of like Diddy? Is Swiss Beats, first of all, I'm hearing about threesomes. Let's just keep it gangster. I'm hearing about Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys threesomes, right? I'm hearing allegedly, I'm hearing Alicia Keys likes women, all right? This is what I heard, allegedly. I don't know how true this is, but I know if you keep hearing something, constantly hearing something, 9 times out of 10 it's true, all right? But I'm still going to use the word allegedly, all right? So now with that being said, I'm hearing about Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys having threesomes. When I'm seeing Swiss Beats so comfortable, me watching Swiss Beats being so comfortable with Usher holding his wife like that leads me to speculate and wonder, is Swiss Beats one of them people, is he like a Puff that would let another nigga fuck his wife in front of him? And while he's doing his shit, masturbating, whatever he doing? Sometimes Swiss Beats makes me think that. Because how would Swiss Beats as a man be comfortable with another man being intimate with your wife in front of the world, nonetheless just you? That was kind of strange to me. So like I said, I'm speculating about Swiss Beats. Swiss Beats makes me think that there's more than just threesomes going on in the bedroom with Alicia Keys. It makes me just speculate. Maybe I forgot the term. There's a term. I forgot what the term is. But there's a term for men that like to watch other men have sex with their wife, their girlfriends. There's a term, all right? And I think Swiss Beats is one of those dudes. I think Swiss Beats is one of those dudes. Because his response was not the typical response for somebody that's having an intimate moment with your wife that you love. And last time I checked, Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys, they don't have no issues in their relationship, right? Last time I checked. So once again, Usher has crossed that line like as usual. Usher crossed that line again. And Usher's habitual. Now, we love Usher, but I'm telling you like this, me myself, I ain't letting Usher dance with no girl, I don't care. I wouldn't let Usher dance with my side bitch. I damn near wouldn't let Usher dance with my homegirl because I feel like Usher is deliberately trying niggas. There's another video that you guys probably see online where Usher's performing with Nicki Minaj, all right? And when she went to proceed to he's hitting Nicki Minaj in the ass, and he headbutted Nicki Minaj's ass. Bow. And it's just, he goes hard, and it's just habitual at this point. So I don't know what Usher got. Usher done got the green light for somebody. Somebody gave Usher the green light. And I guess at this point, I'm waiting to see who's going to check Usher. I want to see who's going to be the first one to check Usher. But you know, we as men, what we say, don't check the pimp, check the hoe. Don't check the nigga, man, check the bitch. That's what we say as niggas. So a lot of that might be the typical response to it, right? Because if you see your girl running up to us, it's not like Usher's running up to your girl. Your girl's running up to Usher. Even though he's inviting her, she has to come to him. He ain't raping, he ain't graping nobody. He ain't assaulting nobody, right? It's all consensual. So how much can you check Usher? But I'm curious to know who's going to be the first one to check Usher. Who's going to be the first nigga to put their hands on Usher? You heard me? But Usher's disrespectful right now. Very disrespectful. And when it comes to marriage, was it right that she compromised her vows? Or did Alicia Keys even compromise her vows with Usher? It makes me think, all right? It makes me think. But nonetheless, we still got to give a shout out to Usher. We're going to give a big shout out to Alicia Keys, two of my favorite artists. Those two are one of my favorite artists, Usher and Alicia Keys. I love Alicia Keys' music, and obviously I love Usher's music. And all them songs that Usher performed on that stage that night, I was reminiscing. I forgot about a lot of them songs, man. And matter of fact, when I get off the show, I'm probably gonna listen to some R&B, listen to some of Usher's music. All right. They said that Usher got paid somewhere up to $700,000, a little bit less than $700,000 to perform at the NFL. I don't know if that was paid enough. I don't know how much does the average person get paid to perform at the Super Bowl. But they're saying that this event, even if he didn't get paid the standard rate, and I'm just speculating, but this is not a speculation. We already know that Usher's streaming went through the roof. So after this performance at the Super Bowl, Usher's streaming went through the roof. I'm pretty sure the endorsements are going through the roof. The interviews, just the opportunities that he receives after performing at the Super Bowl, I know he has a lot of opportunities right now, right? A lot of potential to make some revenue. So big shout out to Usher, man. And they saying that Usher's a Zoe. So shout out to Zoe boy. You heard me? Shout out to Usher, man. You guys do me a favor. Make sure you guys hit that like button. All right, don't be a ninja watcher, person that be creeping and watching. Don't be no pocket watcher that's just a hater. You definitely want to be a people time. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. We call that wiping your funeral rug. Send me you do at your grandparents' house. Show me that you was raised right. Don't embarrass your parents. And you guys hit that like button for me, all right? And share this podcast. You guys know you guys have admirers. Do me a favor. Share this podcast, all right? This is the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 74. That part. All right, we're going on late tonight, nonetheless. But I told you guys need to be turning your notification bells on. Things are subject to change here. I keep reminding you guys, all right? So with things subject to change, make sure you guys are turning your notification bells on. So every time I drop content, you guys get notified, all right? And once again, shout out to Usher. Shout out to everybody that was in attendance for the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Amazing event. All right? And even shout out to Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? And shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs. Definitely. And I was bidding for the Kansas City. All right. I'm usually going to vote for the underdog. I'm going to root for the underdog. When I see the same teams winning constantly, that shit makes me start thinking that the game is fixed. So obviously I want to see the person that's not predicted to win. When you're talking about a situation that perceivably looks like it's fixed, in which I be feeling like the NFL be fixed, all right? With such as with other sports, basketball and everything. So shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs, bro. And big shout out to the 49ers also. All right? Now, you guys, I want to give a shout out to let me see this. Shout out to the YSL. All right, we're going to speak about this YSL case. All right, you guys, the YSL case obviously is continuing. YFN Lucci's coming home in the next couple months, the next 3 months, probably less than 3 months at this point. Shout out to YFN Lucci. The YSL case, this is a fiasco going on. It's a fiasco because this is mixed with Mrs. Fannie Willis, all right? Now, Mrs. Fannie Willis is one of the head prosecutors on the Donald Trump case. His indictments. Obviously, ever since she took on this Donald Trump, she's been exposed now. So subsequently, because Fannie Willis got on this Donald Trump, she's one of the head prosecutors for the Donald Trump indictments. She's on display now. She's being exposed. Now, some might believe that this is Donald Trump's doing, right? But nonetheless, they're showing some things that's going on. Now, Miss Fannie Willis, she's been accused of dealing with one of the YSL members. I believe the guy Nut, the one that passed away. They're saying that she has allegedly some past romance with him. A lot of this shit is surprising to me. Now, they're saying also Miss Fannie Willis is dealing with another prosecutor, right? With that being said, they're showing that she was dealing with this prosecutor and she actually took the stand. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys see this for yourself. Let me pull this up right quick. All right, we about to check out Miss Fannie Willis. She's on the stand. She was called to the stand. All right. About her relationship with Mr. Wade, which is another prosecutor. Allow me one moment. Okay. Bada bang, bada bang. All right.
We're talking about, I'm very confused.
You've never given Mr. Wade money through Cash App.
No.
The only money you've ever given him outside of a contract is cash.
I didn't give him money in a contract, so that was cute. But I didn't give him money in a contract. What happened is, no, we're going to answer it since you said it.
You guys supposed to hear this.
He worked more hours than he was paid, and the county paid him for the work that he did. So don't be cute with me and then think that you're not
I
going to
wonder
get
if
an
you guys
answer.
can hear this. I'm not
And I
sure
will
if you
ask you
guys
about
can
the
hear this.
contract
I'm
in a
not
minute.
hearing it
I
in my
asked you about
headphones.
cash.
I
Did
wonder
you
if you
ever
guys,
pay
let me
him
know in the comment
anything? I'm
section
trying
if
to
you guys can
qualify
hear
my
Miss Fannie
questions.
Willis speaking
I'm
at
not
this
talking
moment.
about the contract at Fulton County that was paid. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about outside of that. Did you ever pay him anything other than cash?
I've only given him cash a few times in the course of what we're talking about.
So you've
If
never
we
used
would
your
go to
credit card?
dinner,
Let her finish.
Now, I don't know if you,
if
I'm
we
not
would go
sure
to
if you
dinner, I
guys can
wouldn't give
hear
him
this.
cash because he paid for dinner or I paid for
sometimes we
dinner.
have some
I've given him
technical
cash only a
difficulties
few
here.
times in life, probably 4. I've ever handed him is $2,500. The least amount of money I've handed him, probably between $500 and $1,000.
Nah, I'm not sure. Let me pull this. Let me pull this out. All right. I was gonna show that clip, but it's not playing in my headphones. I can't hear it, so I don't know if you guys are able to hear it at home. But nonetheless, Miss Fannie Willis, she was on the stand. All right, she was called to the stand. Now she was talking her shit. This lady is very, very sassy. Let's be clear. This woman is very pretty for one. All right, she got the hood. All the hood niggas is loving her right now. All of us is loving her right now. The woman is very, very, very pretty for one. All right, now she's being accused of having romance with how would you say it's a conflict of interest with the individual that she's choosing to have romance with. First of all, you have YSL gang members that she's accused of having a relationship with. Also, you have this gentleman, Mr. Wade, which is she put as one of the head prosecutors. She put as a prosecutor on the Donald Trump case also, which she said she had a relationship with the gentleman. Now, that clip that you've seen on Instagram is her being prosecuted. If you guys would have seen her response. First of all, this woman is very she's very confident. Very confident. She definitely is not the type of person that's gonna be antagonized. She was very combative with the prosecutor, right? Just seeing her confidence, that alone, I'm gonna be honest with you. This woman, she's winning our hearts over. All right, I'm seeing a lot of niggas out there talking about how fine she is, dog. And it's to the point that we're kind of even forgetting that she's prosecuting Thug. You know what I mean? This is the power of a woman. This woman looks very good, all right? And I think she got a fat ass, too. I'm going to just keep it gangster with you. Don't shoot a messenger. Grrr. Oh, you was able to hear it? All right, cool. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this back up. All right, y'all. I'm going to play this
Yes,
again.
we're talking about, I'm very confused
You've
now.
never
Like,
given Mr. Wade money through Cash App.
no,
The only money you've ever given him outside of a contract is cash.
I didn't give him money in a contract, so that was cute, but I didn't give him money outside in a contract. What happened, no, we're going to answer it since you said it. He worked more hours than he was paid, and the county paid him for the work that he did. So don't be cute with me and then think that you're not going to get an answer.
And I will ask you about the contract in a minute. I asked you about cash. Did you ever pay him anything? And I'm trying to qualify my questions. I'm not talking about the contract with Fulton County that was paid. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about outside of that. Did you ever pay him anything other than cash?
I've only given him cash a few times in the course of what we're talking about.
So you've
If
never
we
used
would
your
go to
credit card?
dinner,
Let her finish her answers.
if we would go to dinner, I wouldn't give him cash because he paid for dinner or I paid for dinner. I've given him cash only a few times in life, probably 4.
Okay.
Probably the most money I've ever handed him is $2,500. The least amount of money I've handed him, probably between $500 and $1,000.
You never wrote him a check?
Ma'am, I don't have checks.
Okay. So you have no proof of any reimbursement for any of these things because it was all cash, right?
The testimony of one witness is enough to prove a fact.
So my question, only ever paid him through cash?
Well, yes, but we're talking about, I'm very confused
You've
now.
never
Like,
given Mr. Wade money through Cash App.
no.
The only money you've
All right.
ever given him outside of a contract.
All right, if you guys notice, you see how she snapped. Okay, she was paying dude $2,500 in cash, and that was nothing. I'm gonna need love, like in LL Cool J voice. That part, I need love. That part on me. You ain't lying. Now listen, they saying that she was cutting a check with bruh. She's cutting a check, and she see how she got at the prosecutor and was like, "Yo, you acting cute, right?" And she snapped on her when she saw him. She was acting cute. That's she said this woman's gangster. No doubt, she's gangster. All right. So I don't know the prosecutor was going to as in money that she was giving. So I don't know if she was misusing funds or what have you. I don't know if that was just, but obviously obviously not just a misuse of funds. If that's the case, obviously she's using that to her defense to try to show that this woman is discredit her, what have you. But nonetheless, scratch all that. Miss Fannie Willis, that bitch is fine. I'm gonna keep it gangster with you. She look good as fuck. You know what I mean? And I don't know how long she's gonna last. To be honest with you, she might have a career in the entertainment. She might be able to get into entertainment because I think she lost a lot of credibility. I don't know what Mrs. Fannie Willis, what she was planning on doing. I don't know what she was going from DA, where she was going to go, and her ascension into wherever she's going with it. But I think this might have hindered potentially her rising in ranks, right? Because even if she's allow me one moment. Even if she's not found guilty throughout any of this, right? Even if she's still able to prosecute Mr. Donald Trump, I think they show that this woman is not creditable, right? But nonetheless, I think she's gonna have a fine career in entertainment. She might just do an OnlyFans fuck around. Everybody's opening OnlyFans at this point. She might do OnlyFans because she looked that good, right? That's the consensus, the unanimous, the main consensus is this woman looks good as fuck. All right. But I think this might have hindered her career potentially. Now, there's a lawyer on the YSL case, all right? There's a lawyer, a defense attorney that has recently been arrested and she made bail, all right? This is Thug's defense attorney. Now, let me see the lady's name, what name she goes by. The prosecutor that Miss Fannie Willis is with is Mr. Nathan Wade. All right, that's what Miss Fannie Willis. Let me see here. Bada bing, bada bang. Okay, Nicole Fagan. All right. This is the defense attorney for Young Thug. Mrs. Nicole Fagan, Fegan, released on $40,000 bond. All right. So with that being said. And shout out to Roberta. Big shout out to Roberta in the building. With that being said, this is a defense attorney. She just bonded out on $40,000 bond. They're saying that prior to her being a lawyer for Young Thug, that she was sending him information, right? Giving him a heads up of what's going on. I don't know if they retrieved the phone or what have you, but they're saying that she advised Young Thug to get rid of his phone. All right. Obviously, that'd be something that the authorities would have wanted. She advised him to get rid of the phone. So they're saying that you're helping, you're aiding in a criminal enterprise. You're aiding the gang members by telling them that, and they made it their interest to let us know that she was not his lawyer at the time. So I don't know in what capacity Young Thug was in relation to this lawyer, Mrs. Fagan, but she gave allegedly she gave Thug some information telling him he should get rid of his phone. So this is the reason why she was arrested. Now, if you see her, you can see Mrs. Fagan. You can see this woman. She's actually they got it online of her singing some of the YSL lyrics. So this is one of these white girls, hood white girls that made it through the ranks. There's some motherfuckers, not everybody that's a lawyer, a doctor, a judge. Some of these people like Miss Fannie Willis, some of these people have some hood attachments, some hood connections, right? I don't know if they originally come from the hood, if they're born in the hood or they family member, but they've been exposed to the hood. This white girl, this Miss Fagan, the way she was reciting the YSL lyrics, dog. She's reciting these lyrics and she's her face expression, her face is matching the mood. All right, so it didn't look like one of those white girls that's singing along, that's kind of offbeat, or like they looking like they don't know nothing about being hood. They actually just enjoying the music for what the music is. Nah, Mrs. Fagan looked like she knew what the lyrics was talking about. She was embracing the lyrics. She looks like she could identify with the lyrics in the rap song. You know them way that, so you know when people singing a song, when they're singing the song with passion. She had a certain passion behind it when she's singing along with these songs, reciting the lyrics in the songs. So this is one of them hood white girls that made it through the ranks, all right? But nonetheless, she was arrested and she was released on $40,000 bond. That's crazy. So this whole YSL case is a circus at this point. This is a circus. I've never seen a case to this degree. I've never seen a case to this degree with so much things involved. And when you're speaking about just, there's so many elements of shit that is just funny. There's so many elements, so many inconsistencies that makes this a shit show. You have lawyers. Okay, let's just talk about it. With this YSL case, you got lawyers that are being arrested. All right? Fagan arrested. You have the judge. Do you see how the black judge was screaming on the defense? Even the judge that's handling the YSL case is unconventional. That's an unconventional. That's not your average judge on this case. So if you're just talking about the prosecutors, the lawyers, the judge, this is a very funny case. This case is everywhere. And it's kind of making a mockery of the judicial system. All right? And it's not on Young Thug, it's not on Young Thug's part. It's the judges, the courtroom, and all the people that are involved that are participating in this case. All right? This is a shit show. In reference to this, just the YSL members being released with 20 years probation, 10 years probation, time served and all that probation, we're seeing a lot of nuances, things that we've never seen. And this is being all unveiled in the public eye. So this is kind of strange to me. Watching this whole case is something. I was gonna say something else, but I'm not gonna say what I was about to say because I don't want to be shadow banned. But this case is a circus. This is a circus going on. All right. Once again, shout out to YFN Lucci. YFN Lucci he's gonna be released in 3 months. All right. He's the forgotten person. YFN Lucci is the forgotten one. We all concerned with YSL. And the funny thing is, there's so much controversy behind the YSL case as opposed to YFN Lucci. I didn't see all that controversy attached to YFN Lucci's case, which these cases are they're attached. They're attached. I didn't see so much controversy on YFN Lucci's part. Right? This all falls on YSL side. So once again, Mrs. What's her name? Fagan. Mrs. Nicole Fagan was arrested. All right, this is the defense attorney for YSL. She was released on $40,000 bond. Shout out to her, nonetheless. You know what I mean? And what does this mean? Does this mean that she's off the case? Like I don't understand the judicial system to that degree, right? Not to that degree. I don't know all the technicalities. But once again, this is a crazy ass case. Shout out to Funk. You already got Funk. This case, listen, Funk is Young Thug's little brother. That's his younger brother. Funk took a plea deal, just like Gunna and them did. He did the same exact thing. Funk already got arrested. He's already back in jail. He's back incarcerated. All right, he's back in the custody. Funk got arrested with a pistol, I believe. And this is the irony. Young Thug's brother got arrested for a pistol, what have you, and Young Thug purposely told his brother, this is out of Young Thug's mouth, Young Thug purposely told his brother Funk to take a plea deal. All right? One of the most honorable things that you could do as an older brother, a brother period. That's one of the most honorable things you could do is basically take the case, take the fall for your brother, and tell your brother, matter of fact, my G, go ahead and take a plea deal. Even though this plea deal might be subsequently snitching on me. You might be indirectly snitching on me, inadvertently snitching on me. I'm okay with that. Go home to mama. Mama ain't got no more sons. I can't have my mom lose another son. She already lost both of us now. You go ahead and go back home and be there for mama. And then months later, he's back incarcerated again. This is one of the weirdest cases I've ever seen in my life. All right, and by the grace of God, we're able to see that we're all able to witness this shit. But the case is strange. And overall, when you step back and look at it, look who's excelling. Gunna album sales. Gunna's album sales. Gunna #1 this, #1 that. All these accolades that are associated with Gunna. Gunna rose higher than what he was before he got locked up. Gunna is a higher caliber artist prior to when he got locked up, caught this case. Right now, he's a higher regarded artist. All right. And the numbers are reflecting that. The numbers are reflecting that, man. So big shout out to Gunna. You know what I mean? I have no horse in that race. But this is super strange times right now. We've never seen somebody cop a plea deal that is considered subsequently snitching. I'm not going to say Gunna's a snitch, but him copping a plea deal, admitting that YSL is a gang, they're saying he snitched on Thug. He definitely admitted. There definitely was some admittance there. Yes, we can agree with that. Yes, he admitted to that shit. But according to Gunna, they can't use that against Young Thug. According to Gunna, they can't use that against Young Thug. So big shout out to YSL. I want to give a big shout out to YSL. But this case is a circus. I don't know where this case is gonna land at. Some people are saying Young Thug's gonna come home. A lot of people are saying that Young Thug is gonna come home. He might be able to see this Christmas. He might be able to spend 2024 Christmas with his family. Young Thug just might be able to spend Christmas with his family. That'd be an amazing thing. Big shout out to Young Thug. You know what I mean? I think Young Thug might come home. There's a high probability that Young Thug might come home. Nonetheless, you know what I mean? But shout out to all the YSL members. Shout out to the YSL members that's come home. All right. I want to see what's gonna happen now when Thug come home. I want to hear from Thug's mouth how he feels about Gunna. You already know you know how Little Baby feels about Gunna. So when Thug come home, is Little Baby gonna continue is he gonna continue to go at Gunna? Or are they gonna be able to mend that relationship? That's something I want to know also. Because remember now, Gunna and Little Baby is an amazing tandem. Gunna and Little Baby make great music together. You know what I mean? They make great music together. So I would love to see them in collaboration in the future. You know what I mean? But I guess we got to wait till Thug come home. So big shout out to them, man. Shout out to YSL. Shout out to Lil Baby. Shout out to all members involved. And shout out to Mrs. Fannie Willis. Fine ass. She fine, dog. Shout out to Miss Fannie Willis. Now, you guys, make sure you guys are hitting that like button, all right? We call that wiping your feet on the rug, same way you do at your grandparents' house. Show me that you have respect. Show me that you was raised right. Make sure you guys are hitting your like button. Everybody should be on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel at this point. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Turn your notification bells on. When you turn your notification bells on, that'll let you know when I go on. You guys see that sometimes I'm going on at different times. It's a little bit confusing at times. I'll go on at 6 o'clock. I'll go on at 7 o'clock. I'll go on at 9 o'clock. I'll go on at 10 o'clock. Preferably, I like to go on at 7 o'clock. But you already know how life is. Life is ups and downs. You know, there's things that you cannot anticipate in life. Nonetheless, things are subject to change. All right? Things are subject to change. It's not always the strongest person that survives. It's the one that's able to adjust. So with that being said, you guys need to make sure that you guys are able to adjust. All right? Now, Mr. Troy Ave, you guys, Troy Ave, like he's gonna be locked up for his 2016 shooting case with Tax Stone. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Troy Ave, New York rapper Troy Ave. All right, had that shooting at the club at the T.I. concert, T.I. show in New York. Troy Ave is Mr. The Streets is a myth. Troy Ave is he got to turn himself in. I think he's currently locked up right now. All right, he got to turn himself in. And I don't know how much time that he's doing, but I will update you guys on what he how much time that he agreed to, that he was passed down. But still, I want to give a shout out to Troy Ave. You know what I mean? Even shout out to Tax Stone. Even though I feel like Tax Stone threw away his career, he threw away his life behind some frivolous shit. Listen, if a nigga don't rob you, if a nigga ain't robbing you out here, if your blood ain't leaking, you ain't got real beef. If none of your family members are hurt or bleeding, you do not have real beef. All right? All that, the miscommunication, ego, you know what I mean, calling somebody out their name, that's not beef. Beef is when somebody takes something from you. That's what warrants beef. When somebody takes something from you, when somebody make your blood leak, that's reasons for you to have issues with somebody. That's reason to want to go to war with somebody. But all that other shit, we got to learn humility. We got to learn to let bygones be bygones. We got to learn to leave our pride at the door. Pride will get you killed. Too much pride, too much ego will get you killed. A little bit of pride is necessary. A little bit of ego is necessary. Yeah. Stand up for yourself. Confidence. They're all in correlation. Confidence, ego, pride, all that's in correlation, right? They could be synonyms damn near. All right. There's nothing wrong with exercising a little bit of pride, a little bit of ego, but don't get carried away with your pride and ego, because that should get you killed. All right. And so is the case with Taxstone and Troy Ave. Because I'm pretty sure if Taxstone and Troy Ave could take it all back, they never would have went through that altercation. They never would have entertained that beef to that degree. Even though it did make them money. Yeah, it made them money, but still at the end of the day, the risk was not worth the reward. And that's what people have to be concerned with. Is the risk worth the reward? All right. That's what we need to be concerned with. Now, you guys, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. All right. Once again, you guys, I'm the incomparable, the often imitated but cannot be duplicated, the one they took their style from. I'm the elected, the appointed voice of the streets. I'm the one that keep creating what they keep taking, but I'm going to keep creating it. All I'm saying is, you guys, make sure you guys give my credit when you guys take that shit. Just give me a little bit of credit, that part. I am the public enemy, number one. Top op, number one. All right, and this is powered by L.O.T.S Proof Media, and this is the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 74. Bam, 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 bam. Now listen, just to give you guys a heads up, in the near future, we are gonna have a few guests on here. All right, some more guests coming in. You know, I don't want to make this show a guest-based show, but we definitely gonna bring in some guests with some interesting conversations. All right. I want to do something for the local artists too. And I keep saying that. All right. I'm gonna need you guys' opinion. We're gonna be critiquing some artists and their music. Some of these artists, and we're gonna show our honest opinion. Should they keep going? Should they keep chasing their dreams? You know what I mean? Forrest Gump chased that dream, or should they not quit their day job? This is where we have to start determining for some of these artists. All right. I'm gonna need some harsh critique. I'm gonna need you guys to be honest with their material. There's a lot of local artists that are interested in coming on the show, and I'm definitely interested in bringing them on to the show. All right. Shout out to all the local artists that are gonna be participating in the near future. Now, you guys, like I always tell you guys, nobody's promised tomorrow. All right. By the grace of God, he breathed air into my lungs today, and I was able to meet up with you guys and do this again. All right. This is a Friday. And once again, this is episode number 74. All right. I can't promise that I'm going to see you guys next week, Friday. But one thing I can say, if Most High allows us to be together, I will show up on Friday with consistency. All right. I've only missed one show, and that was 2 weeks ago. I only missed one show so far. All right. So once again, you guys, I want you guys to enjoy your weekend. Like I always say, tell you guys, enjoy your weekend. Show the universe gratitude, and the universe shows gratitude back. That's how the universe gives you blessings. All right, you gotta be happy. You gotta be happy with life and what God has provided you. And you got to put value in the things that you already have, and stop putting value in things that you don't have. All right. That's how the universe receives it. That's how the universe reciprocates. All right. These are laws of affirmation. All right. So I want everybody to start being happy with what you do have, the resources that you do have. Stop mentally thinking about what you don't have, because the universe is going to reflect that. If you want the universe to continue to bless you, be happy with what you do have. All right. These are laws of manifestation. Show the universe gratitude. Show God that you're happy that he breathes air into your lungs every day, and he gives you opportunities to chase your goals and give praise. And the universe is going to reciprocate that. All right. These are laws of manifestation. Affirmation warriors, that part. L.O.T.S Approved Media, you guys. Now, we about to bring this to a closure. You know how I always do. I play some of this outro music, some fire-ass outro music provided by my nigga Ezo. All right, allow me one moment. Bada bing. That part, you guys. All right, episode number 74. Once again, I'm the incomparable, the author, imitator, but cannot be duplicated, the one they took their style from, the elected, appointed voice of the streets, leader of the streets, lord of the streets, learning off the streets, living off the streets. All right, top op, public enemy number one. This is powered by L.O.T.S Media, and I am the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast #1 host. All right, episode number 74. Bada bing, bada bang. Make sure you guys are enjoying this weekend. Be safe this weekend. So we can meet up next Friday, and by the grace of God, we'll meet up next Friday and do this all over again. All right? Glee. Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. That part. Peace. Salute.